hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlights, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever, we'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. Our hearts beat to the city.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an
Good morning, everyone. Let me just put that here for a sec. There you go. Little shout out to my members. I think I already give all away the free memberships, right? Actually done all, yeah. So all 10 of them have been given. That's pretty cool. All right, so Tiffany's here. Good morning, Canadian Family Life. Karen Godiozzi and Gail Southern Living. Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Sunday morning. Anyone stay up late last night? Anyone with a headache this morning? Our fridge died, so the only way to keep stuff from rotting, spoiling, or going bad is by freezing it. Right now, the top part of the fridge is working, but not the bottom part. So we freeze everything. Therefore, coffee without milk this morning. It's not the same. It's just not the same. But fear not, my friends. I have one coming tomorrow. It should arrive at any time during the day tomorrow, so I have no idea. But it's one where the two doors open like from the middle like this, and we have the freezer on the bottom, which is not something we're used to have here. Saying hi to each other. Hey Thomas, Life in the Valley, how's it going? It was a beautiful day yesterday, but this morning we have I'm not going to say a snowstorm because the snow is not staying on the ground as much. We're expecting about 1/2 inch of snow here today. But the snow, you could see the wind and the snow was falling sideways. So, yeah, not the best, not the best. Good morning, Dave. How's it going? So Friday I had a live stream and I talked about how we received an offer from our union, and by the time the live stream ended, we still didn't know if it was accepted or not. Turns out that we only found out at about 11 p.m. And the contract was accepted at 85% voting for. So that means that they now have to do translation of the contract and get everything done and signed. I asked if it was going to take, give or take, about a month before it gets done, and I was told, no, it needs to be done way before that. So it's not going to get done in the next week, but they're hoping to have everything done within, I'm guessing, 2 weeks. If it's more than a week and less than 4, anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks, my guess would be. That being said, once everything is signed, they have 45 days to turn around and pay our retro, which means since the contract ended, it's been, since last July, so there was 6, 7, 8 months at least, and maybe a few more weeks. But let's say 8 months. Sorry, we do 1,950 hours a year. So if we divide that by 12 months, that's about 162.5 hours a month, give or take. We multiply that by 8, so that's about 1,300 hours that I'm going to get paid for with an extra $1 an hour. So that extra $1 an hour is going to be taxed. So I'm guessing I'm going to get about $900, $900 in my pocket from that amount. The kayak I was looking for, there's none left here in our local store, but there's 2 or 3 left in Riverview, which is only about 3 hours away. It's near Moncton. Saving about $200 plus taxes means that I would save about $230. I don't mind doing an up and down on a Sunday or on a Saturday to go to Moncton and go get that kayak. It might not be the best thing to have the rack on top of my Jeep to drive on the highway, but at the same time, it could be a very good test. And to save $300 on a kayak I want, to have to drive about 3 hours away, it's gonna cost me about $80. So it still save a good $100. Knowing that, keeping that in mind, I still have 1 day of vacation left to take, which I can do pretty much any time before the next projects start coming in. So maybe at some point in May. Lots of straps is your friend. I have put 3 canoes on my truck before. Yeah, I've seen more people coming in. No, we can't plant outside. I didn't even start planting inside yet. I'm still April, May. I'm still like 2 months, a good 9 weeks before my last frost. Fairbrick Studio, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. People saying hi to each other, gather together, Homestead. I don't know if this is Glenn or Jess. I remember your name. And I have your playlist playing since last night. I just don't know what video I am at right now. Because there's a few that I had already watched before. I'm not sure either if all your videos are in your playlist called All. Glenn this morning. Okay, awesome. Good morning, Glenn. Lots of straps, your friend. I was hoping that I might be able to put everything in my Jeep in long trips like this, but unfortunately, I don't think I can. Saying hi. I'm kind of pondering what to do with the greenhouse now. I think my sisters are going to come help me with it. Well, you can still use it, Thomas. I know you're not maybe the green thumb, but just you can go at the local nursery, buy a few tomato plants, and put them in the greenhouse. And once every 2-3 days, you go inside and you water it, and that's all you need to do. I have about 15 chickens left now out of 40. Okay, well, you can still put them in the freezer. It's still food for you. I know you're probably not going to eat as much on yourself, but it's never lost. You can always cut them, butcher them, and get the legs in one bag, or the wings in another bag, and so on. So yeah, I might be going to Moncton in about 2 months, I'd say. And on my way back, I'll probably stop in Miramichi, which is halfway, and buy some chicken feed there, because I pay about $25 a bag here at my local feed store. And in Miramichi, I can get them for like $19 The thing is, with the cost of gas, it's not really worth it to drive down there for a few bags here and there. But if I have a little bit more money, I can go get the kayak, and on my way back, stop by and buy some more feed. Especially knowing that I'm going to have some meat chickens coming in as well. Good morning, Darren. There's a lag on my computer. Hope you and everyone are doing amazing. Same for you, my friend. We were talking Friday. You weren't here, but we pretty much invited ourselves to your place. I'm just kidding. No, Angie was saying that we were hoping to be able to organize something if we can meet up at the conference, because some of us are not going to be able to make it this year. And we were hoping to be able to do like a little meetup of the group. And I said, like, it'd be a lot easier if it was midway. Midway would be about where you are. It's a lot easier for me to leave on a Friday morning, drive to your place. I could bring my tent, my hammock, or whatever, and just sleep outside. I wouldn't mind if we do it in the summer or when it gets a little bit warmer. We could have a little meetup. It doesn't have to be at your place. We can do it at Patrick's as well, or any other place. We can just decide to go to a camping ground somewhere. But we were just talking, and we might be able to help you do whatever you need to do. But it would just be nice to be able to have something going on in the summer, because like I said, I can leave on a Friday morning. I just have to take one day off, go at your place, have fun the whole day, Saturday, do whatever it is that we want to do. And then Sunday I can drive back home, and it's not like a 2-day drive like it is in Ontario. They're all layers. Keep them for eggs for my grandparents and I. Before the greenhouse, I have a 100-gallon tank. I'm going to build a little water tower and a rainwater collection system. That's awesome. Then run a little irrigation system in the greenhouse, and then I'll have to do is crack a valve. Everything gets watered. That's pretty cool. The feed store close by is like $30 a bag, and then the one up in Elma, $25 a bag. And they also have a reward program. Once you buy 5 or 6 bags, you get one free. Well, that's pretty cool. I tried it. I pretty much only need 1 bag for chickens and 1 bag for rabbits at the moment. When I get the meat chickens, they tend to eat a lot more. So in about 5 weeks, I go through about 10 bags. 10 bags at $25 is $250. If I can get those bags for $18, it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper, $180. Now, to go down there for just 10 bags, I'm not saving as much with the gas. But since I'm already going to be down that way, it's worth stopping by. Sounds like a plan. Awesome. That'd be great. Maybe, just maybe my girlfriend would be willing to come, although she might have to work on Fridays, so it might be impossible, but it's a lot easier regardless to just go for like take 1 day off. Have a YouTube meetup in June, a family reunion at the lake in July, then a wedding in August. Busy summer. That's cool though. It's all fun stuff. YouTube meetups. I find the first time you try to enjoy everything and just film whatever you can film, and then after the first few times, you just try to enjoy the moment. Try to enjoy the time with your friends. The first year we went at the conference, I had a video per day for every day that I was there. There was the trip. One video was just a trip. One video was everything happening at Thorhaven's farm. The second video was not everything, obviously, because some of the stuff that happens at the cabin stays at the cabin. But I had a few footage of the lake, the inside of the cabin, where I was going to sleep, and the breakfast and the meal we had, Angie's place. I also had a visit at Hickory Cross Farm, and then the drive back. So there was a few videos aligned during that 5-6 day period. The last 2 years, it was just mostly one video for the whole trip. Just filming when I left, a little bit of the stuff that was different at the conference itself. Just trying to enjoy the moment, trying to spend some quality time with some friends that we don't get to see too often. We don't get along on every subject, but we respect each other, and that's what matters. We have so much fun. We laugh. We we almost cry laughing. Mike is so funny. Darren, you cannot not laugh. Angie, Patrick, Tracy, you cannot be in a room with those guys and not be laughing. I'm on my cell, so hard to tag you all. So Darren is tagging you all in his mind. So turns out that I was trying to find the crossbar that goes on the roof of my Jeep, and for some reason I thought there were two little hooks, and I can't even show you how small it was. Like, it was maybe the size of this wrench here. And I was looking for something to hook inside. Well, it was like more like a, it would have been closed, obviously. Until I realized that, okay, that's me not knowing much about cars. There are some tiny holes where you can screw your bars, tie them up, and they're hidden behind a little black, whatever it's called, little black plastic cap that I couldn't see because I was just trying to feel what it looks like from the top. But then I decided to take a look in case I would see something else, and there it was. So I found a few ones on Amazon, and then I put one in my cart, hoping to be able to buy one, because I need those bars to be able to buy the kayak rack, and I need the rack, obviously, to be able to go and get the kayak. And my father sent me a message yesterday saying, don't worry about it, I ordered it for you. So it's on its way. I'm going to have to put them on the Jeep. I guess there's one way to put them. If you put them backwards, you might hear the sound when you're driving. So I'm going to be pretty much full equipped to go camping. The only thing missing from my camping collection is going to be a good sleeping bag, one that can go in very cold, extreme temperatures. And Darren said something about having some equipment, so I'm still waiting for him to send me some more information. Yeah, the kids want to have a paddleboard, and obviously you can't let the young kids go on a paddleboard all by themselves. Not only do they need a life jacket, but I also want to be there with them. Having a kayak would allow me to at least be on the water with them, so that if something happens, that I'm there to try to help. So that's another thing I want to try. Sounds like me yesterday, trying to take the spare tire off my truck. It's mounted underneath. Couldn't figure out how to remove it, so I had to watch YouTube. Yeah, and it's not just that I'm not good at it. When I figure it out, I'm so clumsy when it comes to car. I had to change the single light in front of my Jeep before I left for Moncton last weekend. And to remove the little bulb from the little tiny wire that it's connected to, it was full of water. So when I tried to take it out, the bulb busted, and I ended up cutting myself. And it took like 48 hours for me to be able to remove all the glass from my finger. And I could feel it, because not only was it not healing, but I could feel like the one specific spot where I would touch, and it would be a lot more painful. I could feel and I couldn't take it out. So I had to go to work on Monday, take a little piece of needle and try to go scratch it out. If you ever have that apart again, grease all that cable and stuff like that. It'll be get locked up with salt. Yeah, that could happen with the. Oh, Jake Hudson just joined. Thank you so much, Jake. Thank you, and welcome everyone from coming from Jake's live stream. Now I know why there's an extra cap on the bumper. Yeah, and I'm just so clumsy. It took me like 15 minutes to figure out how to put a wiper on yesterday. And on the van, there's the windshield washer that goes in your windshield, but there's a little cable that goes inside the van to reach the back window. And I don't know if it's busted or simply unplugged, but inside the van, when I press the button, the windshield washer comes out in the van. I have no idea how to even check where it is. Like, I am afraid if I remove the plastic that I can't put it back. So I'm just going to have to wait. We should be putting our summer tires soon. When that happens, we'll ask them to take a look. Thank you, Jake. Like and share. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let me just catch my breath. Something went in the wrong pipe. Well, today I have a little birthday party. My little niece is turning 7 in about a week. So she has a pool party, and me being the godfather, I'm going to be there, obviously. But then I'm going to try to do some... what happened? I'm going to try to do some cleaning in here a little bit. I was looking at my little fishing rod here, this little case, and that went through the little cloth thing, whatever it is. So that's kind of cheap. I'm just going to put that away. No way that I'm going to be using this anyway. I love those little retractable rods. That looks like a huge one. But I don't know if I can use this one here for bass because, well, it might be a little bit too clumsy at the end. Talk about changing subject quick. I just had this in my hand because it was in front of me, and yeah, I have those little cases. Oh, let me put it back. I bought this on Temu. And you just put this on the wall, and you can stack your fishing gear on it. I already have one installed back there. I have one installed in the other room. But every crap that we keep in the house is basically back there, so I don't even have access to my fishing stuff. I'm gonna take it out and put it on the wall right there. There's nothing on that wall, and few fishing rods is not something that's going to take a lot of space in the hallway, so the kids can put their fishing stuff there as well. And I'm going to probably go like a Dollarama, those little coat hangers that you can buy, little metal ones that you can put on the wall. I'm going to put one there as well to be able to hook up my my fishing stuff. At least I'll have everything at the same place, and it's gonna be a lot easier for me to go fishing. Just grab something like grab and go, and then I'm gonna have some cleanup to do back there. A few cans, mason jars. Well, the mason jars are in a good place. I mean, they're not bothering me, and that's where they're gonna go. But I have some more back there to pick up as well. Then I need to clean this up. I need to bring my new computer there and the old one back there. I'll need to buy a little adapter on Amazon so that I can just flip a little switch on the one monitor that I have there until I can at least find a second monitor. Because this old computer serves as a server, and this one here is going to be used for whatever, play some of the people's playlists and so on. So I don't want to get rid of it, but it's not big enough to do video editing. And the laptop was giving me a lot of issues. It seems to be fixed now. It didn't crash in the last month and a half. So I guess it was that little RAM card that was causing the issue. Now I have 16 gigs of RAM, still pretty decent for a laptop. Working on my boat to get ready for fishing season. Awesome. Yeah, what do you go for? I'm guessing walleye, bass, things like that. You're probably going on the big lakes, Great Lakes. I was talking about my contract earlier. Perch, walleye, bass. So it was pretty close. A few more weeks of ice fishing here. Ice fishing is done here. People that had their smelt shelters on the ice either lost them or had to pay a fine because you have until a certain time, and then once they notice that the ice is getting too thin, they look at the weather, and if it's supposed to be warm, they know it's going to melt some more. And they send a memo to everyone where they have to go and get their stuff because, if the ice breaks and you have to call 911 to go get help, to get help, it's not fun for anyone. I just can't wait because in about 3 weeks, it's going to be real fishing time. I can go in rivers, big rivers like Restigouche River and down south. There's what's it called? Kushibuguak Park, where I can go fish for trout starting April 15. Made a few pedals though yesterday and steamed and bent, and they came out nice. Yeah, you got a lot of skills for that kind of stuff. Skills. March 15, shacks have to be off here. It might be around the same time here. I'm not sure. I don't really have a shack, so I don't really know. But I know they usually let people know that by a certain date they have to be removed. I like having a trailer with the boat. I can have more gear and sleep in the van. Yeah. I mean, the setup you have, Dave, is simply amazing. Maybe once the van is paid for, if it's still going, maybe I'll try to do something similar with ours. Eventually, the kids are going to get older. We're not going to need a van anymore, but it would still be cool to just transform it into a camper instead of selling it for just a few bucks. About 3 weeks, I hope to do a video of ice fishing and fishing in my canoe at the same day. That would be cool, but be very careful, because obviously if you can use a canoe, it means the ice is not too thick, so you don't want to get passed through the ice. I'll see. That giving me an idea. I mean, obviously the van is still worth a lot of money. So I'm not saying this is something I would do like right now. Sorry. But in a few years, depending, it might be fun. Instead of buying a trailer or something to go camping, if I just have the van, I have to get a single mattress and sleeping bag yet, but I got all my gear down to one bag now for the bag lake trips. That's cool. The single mattresses, they're not expensive. You can get a decent one. You can even look on Marketplace. Different lakes smell sooner. Some right now only 10 inches left. I have 3.5 feet. Some have 3.5 feet. Cool. It was about 10 minutes left. Cool. Just watching the sports news. Yeah, I definitely want to do more fishing this year. I was speaking to Gaetan about going mackerel fishing in the summer. They have kayaks and they go out. Mallory was doing the same thing last year. Mallory from her Eco Life. They've been fishing in Petit Rocher or Beresford last year. So, there's a possibility there. Depending on the waves, depending on how bad the waves are, I might even be able to go at my secret bass fishing spot with my kayak. Now, I'm not sure how steady it can be, and I'm not sure if I catch a bass if I'll be able to even reel it in. So I'll have to have something on my vest that if the bass decides to go towards the ocean, that I can just cut the line if it's dragging me. But it'd be cool to be able to drag a bass on the kayak and have a place to put it. I'd be curious to check if there's any ice left on Serge Beaver Dam, but we can't even make it down there yet. It takes a while before even once the ice melts, because it's going downhill and it's very muddy. We can't go down we could, but I don't want to go down for a little while because I don't want to ruin this road. Hopefully next week or so, I'm going to get a 10 feet pointed Sport Pal. Then I will have one of each kind of their canoes, 12 and 20 pound or something like that, and great for Hank and I. Cool. If you ever decide to come on a trip in New Brunswick, let me know, and we can try to organize some striped bass fishing. That's the best fishing we have here. I was hoping to have Scott join me this morning. Maybe had a rough night, or maybe he's just not up yet. You wanted to talk about the Eastern Ontario Homesteaders Conference that he's doing in the Ottawa region. He didn't reply to my message, so I'm guessing he won't be coming. Scott asked me to be a presenter at his conference, but unfortunately, I have my handball provincials the same weekend. So unless it's like in Moncton and most people cannot go, it's not going to happen. And if the players, the parents decide that they don't want to go, then we're not going to go. And if that's the case, then maybe I'll be available for the conference. But other than that, it's probably not going to happen. But Scott was asking if I could make a little video to explain how I can have a garden for a family of 7. So there's a lot of stuff to explain, and I'm not sure exactly how to go about it. I was hoping to be able to have a chat with him and see how I can get that done. No worries, Marilyn. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget the thumbs up, everyone. Really helps the channel. Also, people are still there, just not chatty. People are in the background listening. I was about to go because nobody other than Thomas was talking, and then people are still there. So I'm going to stay a little bit longer. Yeah. I'm going to need to start my seedlings inside. I have nothing done yet. I might just go and buy the onion bulbs like I sometimes do instead of starting from seeds. Save some space, save some time. Yeah, Remy. I can start the peppers and the tomato plants, and too late for seeds. Yeah, I know, but it's always fun. Even for tomatoes, if it wasn't so expensive, I would just buy them at the nursery. I need to fix my greenhouse in the spring if I can. At least I have a chance, so I can start cutting a few trees down, make a few adjustments to try to get it straight. But I'm not like Thomas. I'm not very skilled with a chainsaw and building stuff. So I don't know how that's gonna go. It might end up looking something like this instead of being straight up. But if I can at least have it stand up and last a few more years, then maybe it's going to be worth it. I also have this little temple shelter back there that I want to make something out of. I've been saying that for the last 3 or 4 years. It just didn't happen yet. What happened to him? So right now I can probably start. Well, let's see. So other than flowers, in theory, according to my calendar, I could still have planted onions until yesterday. So I don't think it'd be a bad thing if I started them today, but it'd be really pushing it. It's time to start with the parsley, sage, rhubarb, lavender, spearmint, sage. I said sage already. Rosemary, rhubarb, goji berry, shrubs. But those have been struggling with. I think I'm just going to put some seeds outside and hope for the best. Celery. It's time to start celery as well. All those herbs. It's time to start now. Also, I still have about a week for peppers. I still have about 2 weeks for tomatoes before it's even time to start. Okay, so I'm not so far behind. I'm just going to need to buy the bulbs for my onions. But that's okay. I'm probably going to plant them at the community garden anyway. I can't wait for spring to see if my blackberry survived. I know I already have some growing, but I planted so much last year. But it was a very dry summer and they were struggling a little bit. So I'm hoping that the roots at least survived. I think I should cut them instead of leaving them like out. You know, you cut them at the base. That way they focus on rooting instead of growing. And then I put a second batch a little bit later where I buried the whole plant. So I guess by burying the whole plant, they don't get as much heat. If you water them, and it was raining when I transplanted them, so hopefully they were able to get some water, and hoping they survive. And I also have a few rose bush that I planted in front of the house, so I'm hoping those survived as well. And I just can't wait to see my apple. What's it called? The ones that I hear layered. They were rooting, so hopefully they'll root in the soil and survive. We'll have to see in the spring. I also have to go and trim some of my my apple trees here because as Stefan Sokoviak was telling me in the live stream about a month ago, I'm gonna have to start putting my branches down and trimming the stuff that's on top. I think the onions come up every year in the greenhouse with a few other things, lots of different species in that, but I'm not sure what they are. You can always send me or Marilyn pictures. Marilyn is pretty good at it, but just send me pictures if you're not sure. If I don't know, I'm sure there's someone in the chat that would know what they are. We can probably help you figure it out. I'm glad to see that you're doing better, Thomas. It's really, really cool that you're getting back on track, and hopefully you'll have a lot of nice videos coming too. I watched the one that you did explaining what had happened to you. I didn't comment because I watched it on the TV. What else can I start planning soon? I'm still ahead of time for like all my pumpkins and things like that. I have some here that I got for free, by the way. I didn't pay for them. Got them for free. Those were free. What does it say for lavender? It says to start 8 to 10 weeks before last anticipated spring frost. So these basically need to be like planted now. Mylan, what would be the lavender type that would be perennial in zone 4? Would you know? Do you have some? I'm planting brassicas outside this week. It is getting too hot in the greenhouse for them. I don't even know what to say, Dave. You're so advanced in your season than we are. I mean, I still have about 2-3 feet of snow. So you have no idea. Okay, I'm thinking, because it doesn't say on the package. Sorry. I got one plant from the nursery 1 year. It survived 2 years. Let's see. I didn't think you needed to be logged in for. My bad. Chat GPT. Introducing the new Chat GPT. So you need to be logged in? Oh, come on. I don't want to have to create an account. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. He knows a lot of stuff. I also planted brassicas this week in a greenhouse under a tunnel, but we'll have -14 this week. Munstead lavender. I still had to create an account regardless, so at least 12 characters? Oh man. This is my password. 1 exclamation mark. There you go. Never. Oh, okay. So I'm already registered, I suppose. Oh, whatever. Try with this one. So I have a password for that? I have small hoop. If it gets cold, I can put plastic. I have other things to do today anyway. It's getting busy. Yeah, it's about that time of year, right? Tell us about you. Rem's family birthday. 1947, July 15. Okay, let's go. I know how it works. I just want to see if it's going to give me the same answer as Karen. What type of lavender is perennial for growing zone 4? It says that English lavender could survive with proper winter protection. Varieties like Munstead and Hitcot are well suited for cold climates. Compact plants with fragrant purple flowers. Needs well-draining soil and full sun. So, Munstead and Hitcot. I think that's how it's pronounced. Hitcot, like this. Okay. Winter savory. Yeah, I planted that as well. The plant that you gave me, Marilyn, the one that was it like summer savory? You said that was growing in New Brunswick or something for the Secret Seed Challenge a while back. I had it planted in a little container on my balcony, and it's supposed to be an annual, and it came back the next year. So I never remember if it's winter or summer. If it was winter, I think it would actually survive the same plant, but the summer one might be the one that auto seeds. I had some last year. It came back, so I'm guessing it was auto seeding. Yeah, it'd be the summer. I transplanted that around one of my apple trees, so I'm gonna see in the spring if it survived or not. But I have no idea. You save seeds every year. Okay, I just let it go and hope that it comes back. I'm gonna have some chicory flowers again. I'm planting calendula first time this year. I wonder if Angie's gonna be using the um, chicory plants that I gave her. You have some too, right, Marilyn? Or you took them out? They're a nice, beautiful purple flower where you can take the whole plant. Um, the leaves are edible in a salad. The flower is edible in a salad. Um, the roots are like a coffee substitute. They don't have the caffeine, but they have like a good taste. Yeah, comfrey. I have some comfrey. Um, I had a little growth last year that I planted way back on my property, and it didn't seem to grow at all. So that's a good thing for that one. I'm gonna need to take the one I have right now and try to transplant it, although it might be too late. It's gonna be hard to get rid of it. Worst comes to worst, I'll just remove the raised bed totally from there and put it somewhere else, put some more soil, some more compost, and try to plant something else. Yeah, chicory. I kept them one pot last year. So it might pop again this year. And if you have flowers, they might, they don't spread as much as dandelion, obviously. But if you let it go, like you might have 3 or 4 next year. And then you can take the roots, and the roots, if you roast them, they're a pretty good coffee substitute. It's a very good tea, actually. I must go put my tomato and pepper plants in the greenhouse. Have a great week, everyone. Squashy Lens. Awesome. Take care, Dave. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, thanks to that tip. They compete with strawberry. Yeah, well, the strawberries are probably going to win, but you might have a few plants here and there anyway. That's something else I have to do with my strawberry bed. It was full of weeds last year. I think what I'm going to do is as soon as I see them popping out, I'm going to take them out of that bed, um, remove everything from inside, probably put like a weed barrier around it. I don't know if I'll be able to put one like underneath. Like it's made with wood, so I'd like to put one like my board is here. Let's say this here is the inside. I'd like to put like weed barrier until like here, just so that nothing goes from under to grow in my garden bed. Either that, or I'm just going to put the whole tarp inside and just make a few holes here and there and put the plants back, because it was overgrown by weeds, and there was almost no strawberries last year. I have a few plants that I planted last summer. They survived. They're actually expanding. They're creating suckers, and they were growing. So I'm just letting them go. Like, go free, little ones. Do your thing. And the tiny little greenhouse that I have in on the other side of the property, I might have to turn it around, because right now my greenhouse is invaded by the raspberries that are growing next to it. I can't even go in because it's full of raspberries, bees, and all that kind of stuff. Like I can't have access to my greenhouse. There was a lot of weeds growing in there as well. Ditchweed as well. So I have to remove everything from inside that little tiny greenhouse. I might have to just start over, remove the greenhouse from there, or I might be able to just turn it around. If I could flip it and have the entrance on the other side, it might be a little bit better. And I could probably, I don't know what kind of plant I could plant in a tiny greenhouse. I don't want to use it for like tomatoes and stuff like that. I would need to put a lot of manure, like rabbit manure, to help my soil, because it's been depleted in the last couple of years. maybe just cucumber plants in there would be a good addition. But I had so many cucumbers last year that I don't want to change whatever I did. Tomatoes, peppers, maybe. But I already have a greenhouse, so I don't know. I'd like to put something else other than tomatoes and peppers. Maybe something like cucamelons. If it could grow in there and take over a greenhouse, that'd be fine. Chicory is beautiful. They grow on the roadside here. Yeah, they grow on the roadside here as well. But I'm actually after the roots. The roots, if you cut them up like you would cut like carrots in tiny pieces, you roast them in the oven. You can put them in a grinder after that and make a little powder. It's one of the best tea you can make. I'm adding 2 more raised beds this year. Hopefully it's a better growing season than last year. We got way too much rain last year. And see, that's funny because it was too dry here last year. We didn't have any rain at all. It was raining all around us. Everyone had too much rain except us. We didn't have any rain at all. I have plans of expansion, already too much projects. Yeah. I'm at a point where I can't say that everything is good on its own. But the way that my garden is made, other than removing the weeds, I don't really need to do much in the summer. The way that everything is aligned, I can just put the sprinklers on. It will water all my garden. After an hour, I just shut it off, and I'm good for a few days. Community garden is where I need to spend a little bit more time. I can't have any weeds growing there. Plus, apparently, I'm vice president of the committee now. Not something that I was hoping for, but at the same time, if I want to get involved and have a place to grow food, well, someone had to do it. But I told them that I'm not going to be available really for another few more weeks. Yeah. There was only like 6 people at the meeting. One of them said, well, I'll do the secretary, just write down notes. Someone else was like, well, I don't really want to do anything other than help you guys. Like, I don't want to have any job per se, any title. So, and then one of them was like, well, I don't mind being president. I love that kind of stuff. I'll take Remy as my vice president. Okay. But it's okay. I mean, it's all right. I'm there often. We're talking about doing sessions with people to teach them, show them some more stuff. I want to be able to take my knowledge to the next level by learning more, but by also teaching other people a little bit more. They have a bunch of fruit trees, so now that I know what to do with them, I'll be able to go and take care of them. They are having beehives this year. There's a big wasp. Well, I don't think they're wasp, but they're some sort of bees. The black ones, they're black and white. They have this huge nest. Like, those nests that look like really, like, almost hard shell. I don't even know what they'd be called, but there's a huge nest of those not too far from the garden, so we'll have to get rid of them. There's a nice apple tree already growing there, so I told them I was going to take my my weed whacker and just go around it and clean it up. Trim it also. That's another thing I can do. Help it breathe a little bit. The apples are actually good. The problem is there's just too much trees growing next to it. There's a huge field that we can use. They intend on planting a lot of perennials as well. They ended up planting, what was it? There was one of the perennials they planted that was something very invasive, so they want to remove it this year, like right away before it's too late. And they want to start planting more perennials. They want to have more flowers for the bees, but they want to have more perennials like rhubarb. Rhubarb can grow pretty much anywhere. They want to have flowers that are edible. They want to have fruits. They want to have. They have a lot of plan for the garden. It's just a matter of getting things done. We were told that there might be grants for greenhouses and stuff like that. They want to bring electricity there so that we can do something that I've heard from a friend in the chat where they have a fridge in the community garden. They can just go and take one, leave one kind of thing, put some stuff in the fridge, take some. Like I was saying last year, I grew so much zucchinis that I could afford to put some zucchinis in a fridge for someone else. And, I was struggling with the beans. So I could just go and grab some beans instead, kind of like, I think it was Marilyn that was telling me that they have, or was it more for the less fortunate? You wish you were close? Yeah, I wish that too. Just move here, Marilyn. When they start talking about greenhouse, there's so many options with that now. You can grow lettuce all year round in a greenhouse. It doesn't have to be very, very warm, as long as it doesn't get too cold. And you just have to make sure there's not too much snow on the edges. There's a lot of nice projects coming for the community garden. At least now we have a committee in place, and the guy's not going to have to do everything on his own. We have a lot of community fridges now. That's cool. My own village have one for 2 weeks now. Really? Cool. The greenhouse? That's a pretty cool thing to have. It all adds up. Lori, thank you so much for being here. I'm not going to stay for another, for too long. I was actually about to leave. Okay, I have one for 2 weeks. Okay. The problem we have right now is there's no electricity in the building. Well, there's a toilet, there's water, so I don't know. I'm guessing there's just no, like the wires and all that stuff are not installed yet. But it would be cool to have a fridge, to have. I know one of the ladies said that she's willing to go and give trainings on pressure canning and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I can go and talk about permaculture, because a lot of people have fruit trees at home that just don't know what to do with them. And I can help with that. A lot of people want to have gardens at home. They just don't know how to start. There are some people that have no idea what to do with any of those plants that they're planting. Maybe I could also help with that. There's so much stuff happening, but I'm just happy that I won't have to spend as much time in the garden per se, because I have a lot of things growing on its own. Obviously, after I'm done planting, I'm not going to have a lot of weedings to do. I'm not going to have a lot of caring for my garden to do. Everything is a little bit more growing on its own. So I'll be able to go out fishing and camping and do all the fun stuff I want to do with the kids. I had to take an official course on pressure canning. Why official course? You know a lot more about pressure canning than I do. I'm sure you could probably teach a thing or two to a lot of people. Well, I have to go get ready. Like I said earlier, my niece's birthday party is happening soon. I'm probably not going to go in the pool because I don't need to, and I don't really enjoy being in the water. I'd rather be on top of the water fishing. I'm going to go grab a little snack or a little breakfast and to be able to teach a thing or two about pressure canning to people in a secure way. Yeah, but you already know about that stuff. Well, I'm going to wish you all a very good week. Even though we call Sunday the weekend, it's actually the first day of the week. So enjoy your day, enjoy your week, have a great week. Hopefully, the gardening season starts soon in your area. And I'll see you next time. Until then, well, take care. Bye.